Hello and welcome to Aviation This Week on Channels Television. I'm Bukola Joe Oketumbi. Just recently, the federal government, through the Central Bank of Nigeria, approved a special foreign exchange window for airlines, one that obviously made operators heave a sigh of relief, and also coming close to government's implementation of a zero-duty payment on the importation of commercial airplanes and spare parts. This decision by the government is said to be part of the intervention to alleviate the cost burden domestic operators face, as well as ensure safe flight operations. On this edition of the program, we take a look at the Forex window and its impact on the airlines. Plus, an operator says the forward buying clause is not in line with the immediacy of the business. Our flight is ready for takeoff.
Air transportation is a hugely important part of the economy for business travel, tourism, domestic and international trade. With a population of about 160 million people, Nigeria remains Africa's biggest aviation market, while it contributes a paltry $0.7 billion, and that's about 0.4% of the GDP, and many of the opinion that the sector can do better. At the moment, 7 carriers ply their trade locally since aero contractors suspended passenger services on September the 1st, and about 23 foreign airlines flying into the country. While the nation's domestic carriers continually operate in what has been described as a harsh operating environment with challenges that include high indebtedness to banks, aviation agencies and other entities, the federal government appears to have taken bold steps as spare parts for aircraft is now duty-free. That's not the only decision government has taken. The central bank recently approved a special secondary market intervention retail sales of foreign exchange for all airlines in the country. But beyond all of these, an airline operator says the issue of aviation fuel availability is of great concern.
One of the major areas we've told the government is the issue of fuel. Jet A1, we have said it 10 times. At the point of this administration, we thought they are going to create a window in one of the refineries to get this product, so that brings down the exposure of dollar. Still, fuel, we are at the mercy of the marketers. They are selling now 204. This fuel in January last year was 101. Some was 98. Today is 204. Up to Maiduguri Yola, you can go as far as 240. Because the fuel marketer claims that they are looking for the same dollar to get the product in for us. I wish those of us remaining in the industry will continue to pray to God Almighty to salvage this and use this medium for the government. We've spoken, the Honorable Minister of Aviation, I want to say it openly here. He has been moving around with us. We were successfully on the same journey to the custom. We succeeded in getting the support on the waiver on the spare part. We need to say it to you openly. And that is another window. We need to commend the federal government on that.
The lack of commercial simulator facility in the West African region makes Nigerian Airlines spend about $16.3 million every year for pilot recurrent simulator training. Approximately 70% of the content of this cost is incurred due to the absence of a commercial simulator facility in Nigeria.
As it begins to center and turning left,
Most stakeholders believe the absence of adequate maintenance, repairs, and overhaul facilities to cater for the various commercial and civil aircraft operating in Nigeria is as a result of policy somersault and lack of government support.
So I would like to say that MROs for Nigeria today is just foreign. Now, you cannot have an airline industry without a maintenance base. It's impossible. Or a close maintenance base. If Accra had one, we will all be going there, or maybe Cotonou or so. But here in Nigeria, the Akwa Ibom state government, they tried their best to put up a MRO facility. And I was part and parcel of going around the whole world, trying to look for investors, trying to look for operators, trying to get government support. And the biggest hurdle we had was the government. No policy whatsoever. Which direction are we going? And at the end of the day, it's there. There's a hangar that can house 2747s, 6737s. If you talk about the amount of money spent, how did Akwa Ibom State start? They had a vision that they wanted to have a maintenance base for aircrafts. They built a whole airport, trained staff, put fire support, security support, everything is put on ground, built the hangar, and we've just been going around in circles. So it takes a lot of effort for people to come together to get something like an MRO operating.
The development of Nigeria's aviation sector remains a joint responsibility of the public and private sectors if the industry will become profitable, self-sustaining, and beneficial to all.
The Central Bank of Nigeria's intervention is good, but the forward settlement plan is not an advantage. Plus, airport infrastructure must take a leap if airlines will make even the marginal profit the business is known for. Get the details from our guest.
The Forex issue is not yet over. Our revenues have not really gone up to match the amount of money we are even going to use in purchasing these dollars. That is one. Secondly, the central bank is telling us that it's forward buying. But this is good. At least it's better than nothing. If the country doesn't have money, the country doesn't have money. So it's nobody's fault. It's not the fault of the government. It's not the fault of the government at all. The country doesn't have the means. The foreign reserves have been depleted before now. So it's not the fault of the government. But the fact still remains that the airlines are suffering it most because everything we do is dollarized. So, and now the central bank is talking about forward buying.
What does that mean?
It means if you want to buy, if you are bidding for $2 million, and if you happen to win the bid, say at 320 naira to $1, which is still very high, it means you have to bring 640 million and deposit with your bank. Your position in the bank will be debited. The central bank and the banks will take the 640 million and keep maybe for 3 months, 90 days, before you are given the actual dollar to do this business. But the truth is that most of these people abroad will not wait for you. No business person, no business concern abroad will wait for you for 60 or 90 days before you pay them. No, it doesn't happen. So you find out that the airlines are still going to the parallel market to buy. For example, if you have an aircraft that is coming out of C-checks and you're paying $3 million for your C-check, and you do this forward buying from the central bank, and the central bank is asking you to pay 3 million times 320 naira. That is about 960 million, almost a billion, you keep with the central bank for 90 days or thereabout. In some cases, 60. In some cases, maybe 120 days. The MRO abroad, maintaining your aircraft, will never wait for that period. If care is not taken, they might even sell off your aircraft. It all means that you have to still go back to the parallel market to look for dollars, maybe at 470 or 480 or 450, as the case may be, to do your business. However, this parallel market helps you, this forward buying helps you at the end. But the truth is that you are supposed to, as at the time you are bidding for this 3 million, you must tie it to a particular payment. As at the time you're doing it, you're not going to forecast what you're going to do. You may not know, but because day-to-day operations, they have their own demands. You may not know what tomorrow may bring. And you cannot go and forge receipts or forge invoices. So it must be tied to a particular payment. Now you have sourced money outside the banking system to make payment for your seed check. And now when the 120 or 90 days matures, what do? Will the bank allow you to bring a certain need you might have in the immediate, as at that time when it comes, to swap with the one you put in? So these are the challenges that need to be addressed by the central bank. They should be able to allow us, when the time comes, for us to swap maybe the invoices and bring another invoice that may be ready for that moment, which we didn't know at the beginning. Poor airport infrastructure, and the minister has admitted, yes, that some of our airports are nothing to write home about. Some of the runways have been cleaning our tires and nose wheel. You find us changing our nose wheel almost every 2 weeks, because some of the runways are just like horse racing grounds, that kind of thing, to improve our airport infrastructure. And that is why the federal government, because they don't have money, so it's not a matter of criticizing the government. If the money is not there, it's not there. The government cannot go and cough out money they don't have. So, and that's why the government is talking about concession. But a lot of people don't even understand the idea behind concession. They think, they are going to sell all the assets. No. Government has no business doing business. And I'm happy that this present government is realizing that government has no business doing business. For example, every morning in our terminal out there, you have about 1,000 passengers filing in to go through only one scanner. That shouldn't be. So at times you see things that are not supposed to passing through. Things are not supposed to be passing. So if the airlines are not doing secondary checks, then there will be problem. Okay, let me not use the word double taxation. Let me use the word double charges or multiple charges. For example, if you have a 20,000 naira ticket, 5% of it goes to NCA. NAMA still comes back to take some. FAN still takes some. At the same time, some of those services are not provided. I don't see the reason why I should pay for landing beyond 6 p.m. at any airport in Nigeria for me to pay any more charge. But I've been doing that. So what are they doing with the 2,000 or 1,000 naira they've removed from the ticket already for services they're supposed to provide? It's not my fault that you don't have enough staff to man the airports up to 7 or 8 o'clock. So, but airlines are being made to pay. Again, most of the airports in Nigeria do not have night landing facilities. So you find out that all our aircraft are AOG once it's 6 p.m.
When Aviation This Week returns, the Association of Pilots and Engineers in the country seek the protection of jobs for its members. That's a news flash. Do join us again.